You are a You are a different person with your family than you are with your friends. You are a different person at work than you are in love. You have an uncanny ability to read the temperature of a room instantly and adjust your personality to match it. You are easy to get along with. You are often described as likable, adaptable, or charming. You can flow seamlessly between different social groups, speaking their language, laughing at their jokes, and mirroring their energy. But there's a high price for this adaptability. When the party is over, and you are driving home in the silence of your car, a terrifying question rises to the surface. Who am I when I am not reflecting someone else? You fit in everywhere, yet you belong nowhere. You are a stranger to the people who love you, because they only love the version of you that you curated for them. And worst of all, you are becoming a stranger to yourself. Imagine water poured into a glass. It becomes the glass. Poured into a bottle. It becomes the bottle. This is how you move through the world. You do not have a solid shape. You have a fluid one. Psychologists call this high self-monitoring. It is the constant, subconscious scanning of social cues to determine what is required of you in any given moment. You modify your tone of voice, your posture, your opinions, and even your morals to align with the person standing in front of you. It feels like a superpower. It makes you an excellent diplomat, a great listener, and a frictionless friend. But it is also an act of erasure. Every time you nod in agreement with something you don't actually believe, every time you laugh at a joke that you don't find funny, you are erasing a small part of your true self. You are editing your soul in real time to avoid friction. You have become a mirror. Mirrors are fascinating to look at, but they have no depth of their own, and eventually, you begin to wonder if there is anything behind the glass at all. No one is born a chameleon. We learn to blend in because, at some point, standing out was dangerous. This behavior is often a trauma response known as fawning. It is a survival strategy developed in childhood. Perhaps you grew up in a volatile home where the mood of the parent dictated the safety of the household. You learned to read micro-expressions. You learned that if your parent was angry, you needed to be quiet. If they were sad, you needed to be the caretaker. If they were critical, you needed to be perfect. You learned that having a distinct self with your own needs, anger, and preferences was a liability. It caused conflict, and conflict was terrifying. So, you developed the ultimate defense mechanism. If I am exactly what you want me to be, you cannot hurt me. If I am nothing, I cannot be attacked. You learned to trade authenticity for safety. You learned that being good meant being agreeable, and you have carried that child's logic into your adult life, protecting yourself from threats that no longer exist. The tragedy of the social chameleon is the feeling of fraudulence. You might have many friends. You might be the center of attention, but you feel an unshakable loneliness, even in a crowded room. This is because connection requires two distinct people to interact. But if you are just reflecting the other person back to themselves, there is no connection. There is only an echo. You are lonely because you are hiding. You are withholding your true thoughts, your weird interests, your unpopular opinions, and your darkness. You are presenting a curated, polished mannequin to the world. And when people love that mannequin, you don't feel loved. You feel relieved that you tricked them. You think, if they knew who I really was, they would leave. This leads to a profound existential exhaustion. Keeping up the performance consumes massive amounts of energy. You come home from social events feeling drained. Not just physically, but spiritually. You need days to recover. Not just to rest, but to remember who you are when no one is watching. There is a crucial difference between fitting in and belonging, a distinction famously made by researcher Brené Brown. Fitting in is assessing a situation and changing yourself to be accepted. It is an act of betrayal against yourself. Belonging is presenting your true, imperfect self to the world and being accepted because of it, not in spite of it. You have spent your life mastering the art of fitting in. You have collected acceptance like currency, but you have never truly belonged because you have never truly shown up. You cannot belong to a tribe if you are wearing a mask. You are merely a guest in their lives, an actor playing a role in their movie. And deep down, you crave to be known. You crave the messy, uncomfortably risky friction of being real. You want someone to see the version of you that isn't agreeable, the version that is difficult, and say, I see you, and I am staying. Why is it so hard to stop? Because defining yourself feels like limiting yourself. If you choose a shape, you lose the ability to be everything to everyone. If you state a strong opinion, you risk alienating the people who disagree. If you show your true edges, you risk being rejected. For the chameleon, rejection is the ultimate fear. You have equated being liked with being safe. To define yourself is to make yourself a target. But the cost of this safety is your identity. A person who stands for nothing is a person who is nothing. By refusing to be defined, you are choosing to be invisible. You are choosing a painless, frictionless existence over a real one. You are choosing to be a ghost. How do you find yourself again? You start by tolerating the anxiety of being disliked. You must begin the terrifying work of unmasking. It starts small. It is saying, I actually disagree, when everyone else nods. It is wearing the clothes you like, even if they don't fit the vibe of the group. It is admitting you are tired, or sad, or angry, instead of putting on the happy face that makes everyone comfortable. When you do this, you will lose people. This is inevitable. The people who only liked the chameleon will be confused or repelled by the real you. They will say, you've changed. Let them go. They were never friends with you. They were friends with the mirror. But as you shed the layers of adaptation, you will find that other people, the right people, will draw closer. They will be attracted to your edges. They will connect with your specific weirdness. You will stop fitting in everywhere, but you will finally start belonging somewhere. The journey from being a social chameleon to being a whole person is a journey of homecoming. It is realizing that you do not need to earn your space in the room by being useful or agreeable. You have a right to be there simply because you exist. You are not water. You are not a vessel to be filled by others. You are a stone. You have weight. You have texture. You have a shape. It is time to stop shape-shifting. It is time to solidify. It is time to let the world adjust to you for a change, because the world has enough mirrors. What it needs is you.